Hello?
Hello.
Right.
How's everybody doing today?
Poopy.
Same.
It's a poopy party.
BP poo poo
Not
party.
maybe I should not. Let's change the subject.
Okay. So, just so everyone is aware, we are down a Chewy today for Tharkassan, and also going forward, due to IRL issues, Sketch, aka Kulog, will be stepping out of the campaign for the most part as a main player. He will be appearing from time to time when his schedule allows it as essentially a guest going forward. We will have someone else come in eventually. That'll happen at the earliest late May, but we're still in the process of figuring all that stuff out. But for now, going forward until the foreseeable future, we are officially down Sketch as a player, which sucks, but scheduling and life shit, it happens.
I just want to know what happens to Kulog in the Cave of Lament now.
You guys will still find out. Yeah. So once Chewy comes back, you'll hear all that from Darkassan. So, but that is where we are currently sitting with everything going forward. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. So, can I get everybody to roll me 7D 200s? Okay. Sloth. By a landslide.
By a landslide. I'm never going to roll ever this good again for anything that matters. Well, we made a dog bark in the background. That is not canon. Where did we start? I believe we started in the first world, and decided that we needed to go back to the Cave of Lament to pick up the items that were told to us by Azalith / Lily, which was a item weird metal ball thing for Hustel and some sort of book in Karamogan. So fortunately, we had the aid of apparently now Deity Severn to send us to the outside of the cave, which wasn't a terrible experience. So we got there, went through the cave, did cave things with weird doors, and Amaya found and befriended? I'm hesitant to say that word. A blue dragon.
Like bound him.
A blue dragon by the name of Avern, who at first was trying to be very intimidating with the tasty morsel, and he kind of got his ego put in check, and she let him out of the shackles, and now he's kind of following us around like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
And hoarding art.
And, oh yes, and hoarding art. She was trying to sketch the doors, and he kept stealing fucking sketches from her. Eventually we found the metal ball for Hustel, met back up with, because the party was in like two separate smaller groups, met back up with everybody at the door that led to Karamogan. There was a weird like force shield type thing, barrier, preventing not everybody from getting in. Some people were able to get through, including Sigrun, Lily, Luna. I think that's the only people that were in there.
Orpheneous.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Orpheneous got through as well. The book was retrieved, but while the book was retrieved, apparently Luna had touched a statue of Virion, which caused some weird like shadow bubble to go around her. Sigrun was able to pull her out of it, though slightly like burned up his arms a bit. And we got the fuck out of Karamogan, back into the cave, found any door to get out. It happened to be the door into the random tent in the wilderness that was just outside of the crossing. And then we got back to the first world. Luna was not conscious after being pulled out and is essentially unconscious and helpless. So we got her fixed up in a bed for the time being. That's kind of where we left off.
Yes. So haven't fully finished everyone's side stuff. I got to most of you, and the bare bones stuff has been like laid out. So, apologies on that front, but I will be finishing up that stuff so that way you guys have clear stuff for your narratives. That being said, we are picking up 63 days later in the first world time, which is only like 3 days, essentially 2.5 days technically, but rounded up to 3, Efosian time. But that is when Luna finally stirs and wakes up, is at the 63-day mark. So, those of you who have been checking in on her, at some point find Luna kind of sitting up in bed.
I think Varys is probably, depending on what time it is, I guess. I don't know if she like wakes up in the middle of the night or while he's watching over her.
She wakes up kind of like midday.
So he would have been watching over her. So as soon as like he sees her stir, he immediately is at the bedside, holding her hand, sees her eyes open. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Can you hear me?
She nods.
Are you?
She doesn't really like look at you. She kind of looks past you a little bit and looks around the room slowly as if trying to like figure out where she's at, a little disoriented in her face.
You're okay. You're safe. We're in the night court. Severn got commodities for us. You've been resting here. Do you feel okay?
She kind of brings her hands up to look at them. She squeezes both of her hands into a fist and then kind of looks down, looks over at you, just gives a little shrug.
I'm happy to see that you're awake. You've been sleeping for some time. I'll be right back. Let me tell the others. And he like goes to get up to go out the door. She's awake. Luna's awake.
He was still
assuming actually hear that.
heading that way.
Yeah.
And then like immediately goes right back to bedside.
Amaya's gonna stay down in the common area. Just yell and say, "Oh, good."
Avon is also with you, and he's just kind of lounging nearby. Sigrun.
Yes, I just finished my food.
Please roll me 2d12. Okay, you take 9 mental damage.
Oof.
As you go to sit up or stand up or whatever from wherever you were doing, you get a sudden wave of vertigo, essentially, and the whole room spins for a second, and there's this pain that kind of comes in like a throbbing sensation that subsides, almost like a heartbeat, kind of like one of those like thrumming pains. It doesn't feel good, but it subsides almost as quickly as it comes.
Just sit there for a second, letting it go away, and then stand up and walk out of the room.
You've been sleeping for so long. Let me get you some water. Do you want some water?
Luna kind of looks at you, looks at everybody else who's starting to come in. She slowly nods.
Yeah, Varys gets up to go get some fresh water. I don't know. Is anybody else in the room yet?
Everyone is slowly coming in, like right as you're leaving to go get water. Or anybody who will be going in there, I should say.
Yeah, he still would get there just before me, and then, yeah.
In passing, Varys is just like, getting water. I'll be back in a moment.
All right.
As I go in, seeing her like up, or sitting up and stuff. I personally am not someone that knows exactly what to do here, but Sigurd goes into essentially like nurse, like making sure she's actually all right, asking her questions, trying to get her to come to her senses properly, and all that.
So Sigurd would know, and you go over, and you kind of kneel down by the bedside. You hold her wrists and count her heart rate, make sure it's normal, check her temperature, make sure her eyes aren't dilated, all the bare bones basic stuff that you would do. You ask her, what year is it? Do you know where you are? Yada, yada, yada. Do you know your name? She seems to be aware of all of those things. She seems awake, just groggy, if you will.
Varys returns with like a cup and a pitcher of like fresh water and pours a cup, sets the pitcher on like the stand next to the bed, and carefully hands it to her, helps her like sit up so that she can drink it.
Okay. Yeah, with your assistance, she helps push herself up even further, kind of props a pillow behind her, and she takes the water and gives you a little nod of thanks before sipping it slowly.
I like how it's essentially, hey, welcome back from 60 days of sleep. Here, have pen and paper, write stuff down.
She's not writing, she's just nodding along yes or no.
Okay. What year is it? Yes.
2 months of atrophy is nothing.
Just dropped my water bottle.
Well, welcome back, I suppose.
She kind of gives you a look, a knowing look, but doesn't say anything. Or, you know what I mean. She doesn't Luna speak anything.
And Varys probably like makes knowing eye contact with Sigurd, knowing what had happened.
Yeah, Varys would know what had happened. To an extent, at least.
Well, we've been waiting a bit, but I don't know if any of us actually had plans for what happened when you woke up. Yeah.
I'm just glad to see you awake. Felt like it was never gonna happen.
She kind of looks to everybody that's in the room, the three of you, and looks a little confused and looks behind each of you as if trying to find where everybody else is.
Oh. I guess she wouldn't know where the others are.
Right.
Well.
Nodding like you can see, dumbass.
Well, Kulog didn't make it through one of the doors. And Orpheneous and Darc went to go find him. And they have not returned yet. But I'm sure they're okay.
Her brows kind of like furrow a little bit and a little bit of worried expression on her face.
I don't think there's any need to worry. Kulog is as tough as he is dense, and Darc and Orpheneous can more than handle themselves. They'll be okay.
Still don't understand how Kulog wasn't with us, but we had to get you out of there.
She kind of nods slowly and kind of zones out a little bit as if she's thinking about something, and then refocuses, gives a silent sigh, and then gives kind of an amused shrug, kind of like you get the sense she's kind of like Kulog's Kulog, that's more or less.
Do you remember what happened?
She raised her hand and like shakes it back and forth, gives it that kind of you know the hand motion I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say if, for whatever reason, we go back to Kermogan, let's not touch anything that we really shouldn't.
She looks away, trying to feign innocence.
It's that fox's curiosity. Can hardly blame her.
Oh, that's right. She is a kitsune now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's been so long, I don't remember. Can I telepathically communicate with Asla via Farasha?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will, without saying anything out loud, just let her know that Luna's awake.
Okay. You hear a very heavy, relieved sigh, and then like a slew of questions like, is she okay? How does she seem? Is she, just constantly asking if she's okay.
I answer them to the best of my ability without having had a proper conversation with Luna.
As you're questioning or talking to Lily through the sword, who is off somewhere else at the moment doing Lily things, a dryad-looking woman walks in. She's wearing a very simple linen off-white robe, like silver embroidery and stuff on it. But she has like a little kit next to her with like basically like healer shit. And she kind of looks to all of you. If you wouldn't mind clearing the room, I have been requested to give our patient a once-over.
Please, back up. And Varys is like trying to like push everybody out of the way.
The healer kind of like ushers you guys outside into the hallway and then closes the door once you're all out there, giving Luna a full like once over. But that'll probably take a few minutes.
Well, that's a relief.
Varys, you hear that sigh from Varys. And while Luna's being looked over, he walks off toward, I don't know, the kitchen area or something. He's going to look for like a shot of whiskey or something.
There are liquor cabinets in like the common area where Amaya is.
Always well stocked.
Yeah, it's very always well stocked.
He gets in there, like doesn't say anything, just starts going through looking for something that he wants to drink.
Get some of that
Finds a
good
little
shit, that
glass.
bay wine.
Yeah, finds a little glass, pours some, and sets the bottle down. Shoots it back, just kind of stands there.
Taking the edge off.
Looks over his shoulder. Yeah, you could say that. I'm just glad she's awake now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, does she seem all right? Anything different?
The healer's giving her a once over now, and she seems okay for the most part, and he pours himself another shot.
As we'll see. You look like shit, by the way. And
Thanks.
I mean that in the most loving, concerning possible interpretation of that phrase.
I guess I kind of have let myself go a little bit.
I wouldn't say that. You just look like you could do with a good full day of sleep.
Right. What do you think? Do you think she's gonna be okay?
You don't want to know my thoughts on this subject, Varys. I know we haven't exactly had much time to sit down and chat while we've been here. But I'm going to keep those thoughts to myself for now.
Well, that's partially on me. I know I've been in there with her most of the time, and it's been, what, over 2 months now.
I've peeked in here and there. But, well, we've all been busy off doing our own things, so no fault on any part there. Let me know if there's anything you need for her, and I'll see it taken care of.
And what of Sigrun? He's apparently part of all of... I still don't even know what to make of it all.
I think that makes all of us. Sigurd's strong if he needs help. Number one, he has it from Lillian. Number two, I'm sure he'll let someone know. But on that note, as with all of you, if you need anything while we're here, you need only say.
Thank you, Maya. Truly. I'm gonna...
Anything for family. She gives him a really strange, slightly unsettling smile.
He kind of returns a similar, almost like a smirk, like a half smile, like just the left side of his lips go up. And he pours like a half a shot, kicks it back, puts the bottle away, and turns. I'm gonna head back up and see how things are going.
Good luck.
He nods and heads back.
Avon kind of, as Varys leaves, he doesn't say anything to you, Maya. He just kind of gives you a look. And then goes back to doing whatever book he was reading. Just kind of goes back to it.
Avon does Avon things.
Avon does Avon things. Sigrun.
Yep.
Roll me another 2d12, please.
You can just click up arrow. This game's stupid.
Okay.
Oh.
17 points of mental damage. This one is painful enough that it makes you double over a little bit.
Are you okay?
Just a massive headache.
I don't think it's more than just a massive headache if it's doubling you over. I've never seen a headache do that.
They call those migraines.
That's fair.
Who is that?
Avon, but he's like half-ass paying attention. He doesn't even look up from his book.
I thought we were much further away from them.
No, you guys are all in the same room together. The healer ushered you guys out and back into the common room. Lily's room is off of
okay.
the Amaya's common room wing.
That I did not know.
She had all you guys put in the same area so you guys could all be together if you wanted to do stuff in between sessions.
I don't know the layout of this mansion.
It's not a mansion, it's a palace.
Where's the blueprints?
Can I get a floor plan, please?
Think I fucking won't make some floor plans for this.
I'm surprised you haven't already.
Shit. I designed it, I'll draw it out. I had at one point, actually.
It's true, she did.
I believe it.
At this point, Varys is probably like butt and feet on the floor, back against the wall, like outside the room, waiting for the healer to come back out.
Mm-hmm. Easy enough.
Sigurd, you're not going to make a liar of me, are you?
Wasn't planning on it.
Mm-hmm. I've known you longer than anyone else here, and I've never seen you do that.
It's a new development. I guess actually, because we didn't specify, how long ago did all of that happen?
I'll say shortly before she woke up, so maybe like a day or two.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a new development.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe you should get a checkup once done with Luna?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, good. I was afraid I was going to have Aegon hold you down.
Wait a mental while I read something really quick.
Turns out it's actually supposed to be 6d12, not 2d12.
And the side of chaos comes through.
Okay. Uno momento while I DM 47 something really quick.
Oh boy.
I agree with that, oh boy, because I have no idea what this is about.
Fun.
This DM brought to you by people who have been passed out for 2 months in a coma and have now woken up. Make sure to follow Friends Foes Saving Throws on all socials, Twitter, YouTube, and the stuff things. Trying to fill dead air. This is fun. Anybody else want to join in?
No, you're doing a great job.
Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic.
you're
Chewy, I love you. Yes. Follow Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. There's not too much on the TikTok. The YouTube has like all of the VODs. All the VODs go up on Tuesdays after session. So this VOD will be there in 2-3 days, which is 60 days less than how long Luna was unconscious.
But also about half a day more than she was unconscious on the material plane time.
True.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Time dilation is fun.
Perfect. Okay. So.
That's not a good laugh.
I don't like that.
So the healer comes out eventually after a few minutes of you guys chit-chatting. And she looks over to you, Amaya specifically, since you asked her to go in and check. She nods, and then she looks to the rest of you. She appears to be fine and healthy. Nothing physically wrong. A little muscle ache from being in the bed, but nothing that some exercise and rest won't handle. Make sure she's fed, hydrated. Other than that, she seems fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you
God.
coming on such short notice. Would you mind taking a look at my other friend here? And she'll point at Sigurd.
Certainly, certainly. Do you mind if we use one of your rooms for privacy purposes?
Of course.
Right this way, dear. And she motions for you, Sigurd, to follow.
I do.
She ushers you into one of the rooms, and she lets you go in first. Closes the door behind. Okay, let's give you a good all check over. Sigurd. As she gets closer to you to start the checkup, she stops. And you feel suddenly like you're not in control of yourself. There's a strange heat that kind of builds up inside you and spreads across your body. And you hear yourself say something to this person, but you don't recognize the language. It just feels like you're saying gibberish. It almost, you're not even sure where you're learning or knowing how to say this. And the physician just kind of stands there, mesmerized. And then hear her very slowly say, "Everything's okay. Your checkup went normally." And then she just stands there, and you stand there looking at her for the next, about 8-ish minutes or so, before she kind of snaps out of it. smiles at you and she goes, "Oh, well, that was a good checkup. Everything seems to be in tip-top shape." And you feel the heat kind of dissipate off your body and you're back to normal.
Mm,
And then she exits the room.
I
Maya.
take a moment and then follow
Okay.
her.
Okay. As soon as they exit the room, she kind of looks over at you and gives a smile. Oh, he seems perfectly fine. He has a little bit of a headache. Probably dehydration. You can never tell. So just make sure he's also fed. And if it keeps happening, we do have some medicine that we can give him.
Hmm. Thank you.
She nods and... Is there anything else that I can assist you all with, or shall I take my leave?
Anyone else want to get a quick look over, or are we done here?
I'm good.
Varys is back in the room with Luna.
The physician nods after waiting and excuses herself, leaving the rest of you, minus Varys, all in the common room.
Well, boys, seems vacation time is over.
Do we really have a vacation?
No, not at all.
So, where do we go from here? I mean, are we staying here, or are we going back to Efos?
Entirely up to you all.
Well, I probably am going to stay here when you guys leave.
Oh,
Who is that?
Avon.
Oh, okay.
Yes, well, I don't have any reason for traveling at the moment, so...
That's fair. But think of all the art you might find. Or...
Oh, there's plenty of art here that I have preoccupied myself with at the moment. I do fully intend on traveling eventually. Just at the moment, I would like to continue enjoying my rest in a proper place and not have to sleep in the wilds. I actually have a bed here, so...
I'll admit I'm a little disappointed, but I understand.
You realize you can come back and visit me anytime, right?
Doesn't mean I can't be disappointed. You think of all the time I'm going to have to fill with annoying someone else.
Oh, I'm sure you'll get along just fine.
Fine.
I'm sure you could always bind another dragon.
Not exactly something I make a habit of. It was more of an exception. And who says he's still bound?
Well, what all do we still have left to do? There's the small issue of a massive tower. There's also the whole reason Hustel came looking for, I guess not specifically us, but us in the first place. Darc, Kulog, and Orpheneous are still gone?
But not forgotten.
We could wait until they get back, but who knows? That's how long it will be. How long that will be.
Is there anything else? I have this map that goes somewhere up near the final stop. Not sure what's there.
I've been putting that off for a very long time.
Yeah, we keep having other things come up.
When's the last time you looked at your compass, Sigurd?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was like when we were in Malin or something like that.
Yeah, very
It's
long
been a
time ago.
while.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
There it is. I knew someone would.
My business lies back in Ardengard. I'm not sure about the rest of you. But, like I said before, I'm along for a ride.
Was the last time I looked at the compass before the whole Fae/First World was rewritten?
Yes.
Cool. Let's look at that now and see what it looks like while in the First World after that mess.
So the compass, you pull it out, and it spins around a little bit, and then kind of points towards you.
I turn a 180 and see if it's still pointing at me or if it was pointing behind me.
Yep, still pointing at you.
Okay. Well, apparently it's pointing at me, so I don't know if that's much use.
What does that mean?
So there's 4 locations on the material plane. Is there anywhere else anyone can think of that we might need to go or want to avoid but end up there anyway? Anyone have a preference on where we go?
Sorry, I was typing. Come on, guys, you got options. Let's discuss what you guys are gonna do. Hello?
Everyone's so chatty.
At that moment, Varys walks back out into the common room with everybody. Well, she seems okay. I gave her my little bell. If she needs anything, she'll ring it. I'll go and check on her. Did we ever find out, Sigrun, what was in that book? Were you able to make heads or tails of it?
That's a great question, DM, because I don't have an item for it, so I know vaguely, but I don't know.
You
specifics.
haven't told me that you were looking anything up in the book, so as of right now, it's currently.
Yeah, I wouldn't have looked anything up, but gone through whatever the equivalent of, attuning or figuring out the actual details of it without using it
Luna,
specifically.
Lily told you what the book does, so you know how to use it.
Okay.
And you've spent some time kind of like looking it over. There's no attunement in this, so it's just you spend time to figure out the properties of the book. You know that you have to ask the book essentially a query or a question or something like that, and then it will tell you a ritual or something that you need to do to unlock that information essentially in the book. So it's like Wikipedia, except behind a paywall, except you don't have to actually pay, you just have to do shit.
Yeah, so I was explained to it like this, or it was explained to me like this. It's like Wikipedia, but with a paywall that you don't have to pay for. Does that make any sense?
What the fuck is a Wikipedia?
I'm sorry, a Wicca what?
Oh, yeah, I think that was the.
Is that like a
nickname
Wiki
of
Slim Shady?
Tervalin's library?
Tervalin's library has a ridiculous name, like Wicca... whatever.
I don't know.
So what? It gives you answers. You ask it questions and it gives you answers.
Yes, but depending on the question, it asks something of return. It might be a ritual or like I haven't tried it, so I don't know exactly, but it might be like have to do a ritual or go on a quest or something to reveal the pages.
Oh, good. Well, maybe you should ask it how we fix the giant death tower negative plane thing.
That is a very good question.
Would I know if this was a thing where, like, if I ask it a question and then it gives me something to do, I am effectively locked out of using it until said thing is done?
No.
Oh, okay. I just don't get the information. I can just keep asking it questions and be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let's keep rephrasing the question.
So this question that you ask, it will still give you the information. There's no so much. It's not so much as rephrasing it, but like, if you ask it, how do I make a pot pie? You'll jump on your head 2 times or whatever to unlock the recipe or whatever. But then if you say, give me a recipe for a pot pie, rephrasing it doesn't unlock a new entry. It's still going to refer back to the same entry encompassing what you were looking up. If that makes sense.
Well, I'm saying, like, if I asked it something like, how do we fix the tower? And it was, go kill a dragon, just random stuff. But then it's like, okay, we don't want to do that right now. Let me ask it a different question not related to the tower at all. Like, what's going on in Silver Rock?
Oh,
would
yeah.
that...
You can, even before you've, like, killed the dragon or anything like that, you can ask it to unlock things for you to do, and you don't have to do them right away.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so it doesn't lock into... Yeah, it doesn't lock you into one specific thing until it's done.
That's what I needed to know. Okay.
It's a quest log book. Potentially.
Yeah, I just need to make sure it wasn't one of those quest logs where it's like you're doing the main story and you can get side quests, but you can't do any other main story quests while you're doing this one. Oh my god,
I'm going to give you an escort quest.
Alt F4.
You have to walk. The NPC walks just slightly faster than you, but slower than a run.
And then as soon as you get to where they're going, suddenly they have the ability to teleport.
Yep. And then every
Perfect.
time that they get sidetracked by like an enemy on the road, they have to walk back like 20 feet and then get back on their pattern.
So about this question. What would I actually go about asking it? I guess, what's the best way to return the tower and forest to where they're supposed to be?
Let's see. Okay. Put a memento while I look something up really quick.
Always good.
Always good. Never bad comes from this.
It seems to be writing in what I'm supposed to do, but it's like a letter every few seconds. So, if you guys have anything while we wait,
Is it like one of those, I don't know, magic inks or something where you hold it over a candle and it heats up and reveals it?
Oh, we're going to have to play guessing games with your book. That's annoying.
Okay, so I'm gonna DM you something on what it says. Just give me a second to type it up. Feel free to RP amongst yourselves for a second.
At least it's not one of those books full of pages that just look like static where you have to unfocus your eyes to see what's actually there.
Yeah.
or the ones where you have to look at it from almost flat, like the page laying flat in front of your eyes to see.
The hell's kind of books have you two been getting into?
Must be an elven thing.
Maybe.
Turns out people get bored after hundreds of years. Just plain old writing
So I've
doesn't
heard.
work, I guess.
You've never seen those illusory images. It's literally just a bunch of, like, it looks like a bunch of speckles on the paper, but there's actually an image. It's like, it pops out at you when you look at it correctly. Your eyes have to kind of cross a little bit, and you pull it away, and then it focuses, but if you try to focus on the wrong part, you, like, lose the whole thing, and it's really frustrating, but once you learn the technique, like, it's intriguing. You've never seen those.
Can't say I have.
I bet he has, and Varys points at Avon.
Okay, just first and foremost, tell me if you agree to this.
That doesn't sound good.
As it's like typing, there's like a line that shows up at the bottom.
Do you accept the terms of use?
That's literally what it is.
Over here writing an in-game EULA.
Welcome to the Book of Secrets, users. That's the first line.
Oh, it's supposed to be user. Sorry. There we go. Welcome to the Book of Secrets, user. Please write your name on the bottom line below so that the book may be registered to you.
I like flip a couple pages just to make sure there's not some tiny text hidden somewhere that I didn't see.
As you
Before
flip
signing.
the pages, it rewrites the same thing on the next page and then the next page. So wherever you're flipping, it's moving that like whole sentence and entry to whatever page you're looking at.
Okay, but there's no fine print terms and conditions that I'm missing that I
From
can
that-
tell.
From what you can see, no.
Okay.
If you would like to make a very closer investigation check, quote unquote investigation check, go ahead and roll me perception.
Yes. I don't trust magic books with contrast. Yeah, I don't have anything special.
Damn!
Okay.
And now we wait a minute for Aurelia to type up fine print. While she does that. So, I know it's been a bit, but what was it that you said was happening in Silver Rock, Houston?
You still fell over and died.
He's a turtle on his back.
Oh no!
No, he's not a turtle. He's not a turtle anymore.
Our lizard turtle.
Sorry, guys. I had a real important phone call come through.
Click it again because it set you as away again. I think it's a little busted right now, so just be mindful of that.
All right. Many apologies.
So yeah, what happened in Silver Rock? Can you remind us? It's been a bit.
So there was a sky stones essentially, and whatever that illness is that comes off those stones started to make a couple of us sick up there. And on top of that happening, there was, I guess, a magic surge is the best way to describe it. And one of the young girls in town, they say she burst into flames, and it caused a whole bunch of damage to the house. I believe it killed her parents too, if I remember correctly. And now that I've met you guys, and you guys talked to me about how that one was the boy or girl that turned into stone, it sounds more like they're turning into elementals in a way and just not being able to control themselves. But that's essentially what happened, is the illness from the sky and the magic surge, and it's happened once, so it won't surprise me it's happened again.
Well, especially considering how everything was apparently remade.
Yeah. And that part terrifies me more, because I don't know what Silver Rock would be like at this point. And I don't know who's still alive and who's not, and who's been made, or I guess unmade, into one of those flesh blobs. It scares me to think about.
I haven't checked in with my family either since then. I don't even know if that's possible anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I could try to send a message if you'd like.
I don't like that laugh. Yes, I believe you've sent a message for me before. To my father.
Love.
Just, well, if it'll even work.
It should.
Just to see if we get a response, if they're still okay. I know last time they said it was quite chaotic.
I'll write my name.
Okay. And then it writes out.
I'd like to point out for you guys that one of these lines that was in the fine print is, "The Book of Secrets is not liable for any damages, harm, maiming, illness, disease, loss of limb, loss of life, loss of blood, loss of memory, hair loss, buck teeth, polymorphing, depression, sunburst of rage, or any other magical or mundane physical and mental effects."
Beautiful.
That was read beautifully.
I've seen too many fucking AstraZeneca commercials and shit like that.
Please don't take this if you have blah 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 blah.
Please don't take this if you require the use or require the consumption of water, food, or air.
Fucking stupid. I fucking hate the Book of Secrets. Welcome, Sigurd. Please start by writing your query below. The Book of Secrets is happy to assist you. Jesus Christ. This was supposed to be a very serious artifact, and now I've turned it into something stupid.
That's not anything you've ever done before.
I think it's great.
Top 10.
We're here with a magical artifact book, Alexa.
Yep, essentially.
Yeah, I will
Can we upgrade it to Chat GPT?
give it time, and
It is
will.
crowdsourced. It literally said the fine print. Information in this book is crowdsourced, and at best of the Book of Secrets knowledge and capabilities is as accurate as it can be. If there's an inaccurate entry, please write a formal complaint to ... How it crowdsources information, you have no fucking idea, but... So what specifically are you looking up?
I'm typing a question now while others
Okay.
maybe continue talking.
If you guys feel like you have exhausted your RP for the moment, it is noon. We can take a quick break while 47 and I quickly hash this out.
Well, we
I
could.
think that's fine.
I was gonna say we can still try sending a message.
Just let me know what you want to say.
I don't even know.
I
It's
should probably let others know that Luna's awake. Since it means we'll be headed out.
just say something like, I don't even know if this message will reach you.
Oh no.
The world has apparently been changed in a big way. Are you still okay?
Maybe focus less on the world and what's going on with them, or what's going on with you. Stick to what's important.
I'm in the first world. Things are different. I'm worried about you. And others. If you get this, let me know how things are.
Okay, so I'm going to send that message exactly as he is saying it, while he's saying it, and I'm going to disguise my voice to make it sound like Varys is, like, so they would think that Varys was the one sending the message.
Okay. So you try to send the spell, but it does fizzle out. Sending is planetary in Pathfinder. They are on a different plane of existence.
Oh, so no more interplanar
Yeah.
messaging. Okay.
Whoops.
That's new.
Yeah, so yours is different a little bit. Because you do have slightly the way your sending works, you're not using the sending spells per se.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana roll.
Find the right tab. There we go.
Unfortunately, didn't quite make it. You feel there's a little disconnect, like a
Curious.
pushback.
Well, Varys, I'm sorry to say that it doesn't seem like I was able to push the message through.
Unlucky.
Well, that tells us something. Number one, it seems like that particular spell may not be quite as useful as it used to be. And number two, that they are most certainly, definitely, still on another plane. Sometimes no information is information.
Well, we do know that at this point they're in the negative plane, or at least part of it that may be jutting through the forest.
So, unless they've hopped planes again, that hasn't changed. That's at least something.
The book has given me what I apparently need to do to get the answer to the question.
It
And that is?
gives you
A written exam.
I'm sorry, what?
My thoughts exactly.
what kind of a written exam?
It's a great question.
DM is a piece of shit. So for stuff like this, you don't have to do it all in one sitting. If it was like a ritual or something, you would, obviously, because it's a ritual. But for like stuff like this, you can break it up over time to do it. So you could say start it now and finish it like 2 days from now or whatever.
I mean, we're pretty much just, I assume, waiting for Luna to, not be just woken up out of a coma. So I have a little bit of time.
But how many questions are on this thing?
It doesn't exactly say. There's a word that if I say, the exam will start, and that's all I know.
You have to do it by yourself. Can we help?
I don't know.
Didn't specify.
Is it okay to
I guess.
bend the rules of a magic book?
It's not bending the rules if it doesn't state that it's a rule.
Fair point.
Only one way to find out, I suppose. And I get up. Give me a moment. Go grab from my room an extra ink vial. Come back. Sit down.
This is sort of what I do now.
Okay, well, let's begin.
Okay,
Well-
as you say that, the book itself kind of like flutters up off the desk and like hovers in front of you, gives off this like slight glow, and it reads on it, and only Sigrun can read this. How to type it out?
Watch it be a single question.
Both 5 different parts to it. Each part has 2 other parts.
No, it's just what color is the grass?
Why is the sky red?
Depend on what sort of answer it's looking for.
What is the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
42.
Yeah, there was some play that made that popular, right?
I believe so.
Starting off strong. So for the book, you do have to say the answers out loud.
I have to say the answers to a written exam out loud?
Write it if you want. Nobody else can, like, whenever, if you are attempting to have them help, you can say it out loud or write it, either or. But if you write it, they'll just see gibberish as you're writing.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the fact that it's a written exam, but I have to answer out loud.
Either or.
Well,
It
for
does
now,
dictation.
Yeah, it has dictation.
I will write the answer.
Okay.
Because it says written exam.
Okay. I'll not
So
obviously tell you if they're correct or not, so.
I'll figure out that it can hear what I'm saying and takes those answers when I go to ask a question, and then offer a suggestion, and it just uses it.
What's the first question, Sigurd?
A simple math question?
What does that have anything to do with?
What's the question? 2 + 2?
For this one, I will both circle it and also actually write it, because, you know, who knows if this is one of those tests.
Okay.
But after writing the answer, the next one was a relatively rudimentary question about common.
Well, at least they're making sure that complete idiots can't use it. That's something.
What happens if we ask it a different question while we're in the middle of this?
I'm trying to actually remember the answer to this. I know
This is
it.
being graded.
Yeah, I know it. I'm second guessing myself. And I'm attempting to not use Google because obviously that's way too easy. This time, before I write anything down, I will read the question out loud. The figurative language in the following sentence is called what? He has bones of steel and a heart of gold.
Womp, 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 womp.
Oh, we're doing this shit again, so we can't understand him when he reads
Sorry,
it back.
I repeat he has bones of steel and a heart of gold.
I don't. What language
Can we
even
be
is that?
serious for once, please?
Oh,
Mm.
I believe I got my answer to "Are we allowed to help?"
It's
I
a
don't-
big no.
Think the book is allowing him to relay what it is asking.
Well, that's a bit cheeky. Specify that. Evan, do you understand his babbling?
Avon shakes his head. What? I'm not really paying attention, sorry.
Go figure.
Toxic.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could understand what Sigrun was saying, that's all.
What are we doing, 47?
Trying to remember it.
Can I give him a hint?
I write down an answer.
Okay. Yes, you do. Okay. Sure.
Well, since Sigrun has to do the exam by himself, apparently, Husel, did you find anything about what your metal ball thing does?
I found out a lot about it. It's rather handy. And Husel pulls it out, and without a word, the metal ball turns into a metallic bow with decorative hummingbird like feathers and all that coming off of it. It's a shape-shifting weapon, and without a word again, it turns into a sword, also adorned with hummingbirds on the blade and the hilt.
Yeah, so you can actually change it into any shape you want as long as it's a weapon you can wield specifically. But I have the sword and the bow as your main ones because I figured that's what you're going to be using the most.
Yeah, and I feel like that's all Husel would probably do in that moment, since he really isn't proficient with the other stuff currently. But yes, it's a damn good bow and a damn good sword.
That's
Interesting.
And even
certainly a lot more immediately useful than this book.
Hold on. Now, why could Sigrun tell us that the first thing was a math problem? Obviously didn't tell us what the problem was, but why don't we get to know about this one?
Sigrun,
What?
what was the math problem?
14 times 5.
Womp 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 womp.
Oh,
Well-
ridiculous.
certainly sounds like a hard math problem.
How many womp womps could a womp womp womp?
Womp.
So you can't tell us exactly. What if he tried?
Ooh, can you write it down?
Could you say it as something else?
Sigrun should know this one, so if you have to look it up for this one, that's fine. But Sigrun specifically should know this question. Yeah.
I can't remember which of those two it is.
Okay.
Only reason I know that is because Kiki has that as one of the trivia questions on his bot that I've answered a few times.
It's just fucking general knowledge trivia. That's all it is.
Yeah, general knowledge that I don't have in some cases. because
Siegern's smart.
I don't care. Yeah, he might be. I'm not when it comes to certain things like this. Also, for this question, maybe not. Can I make a roll to answer this question properly?
Sure. Roll me in nature.
Better than I thought.
Oh, you don't have any bonuses?
No.
Oh, damn. Give me a guess.
I can only think of two, and I have no idea what either of them are.
Toss them out.
The only two I can think of are Cumulus and Nimbus.
Nimbo Stratus.
Which one are you writing down?
Cumulus.
Okay. Good to know.
So what do we do then? Just sit here while he goes through the entire exam? What if it's like 100 years exam? Also, don't get me wrong, as much as I want to remove whatever is happening with the negative energy plane and that tower from my home, I feel like we're not just going to walk out of here and go take that on.
No, I agree. Even with, I guess, our newfound skills, I still don't know if we're ready to handle all that.
Are we ever really ready to handle anything that we handle?
I mean, no, not really, but I feel like this is a whole different ballgame.
I'm honestly kind of surprised we're all still alive with some of the things that we've handled.
Agreed.
More or less.
So what's the immediate plan then?
Well, we could always be transported to Silver Rock and check there out if need be, and head our way west towards the tower and take that on, or go back to Ardengard and see what else is going on.
Well, how long have we been gone? It's been what?
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. I forgot time is so much different here.
In about 2.5, 3 days.
Wow.
Of
So,
Efosian time.
Correct.
I don't think much has probably happened there then.
Is Seeger smarter than a 5th grader?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I know what I'm doing. I just can't do simple math at the moment for some reason.
Likely story.
What's 9 plus
Yeah,
10?
I had 3 different numbers written down before actually having the right one.
While Sigurd's doing that, I'm going to go alert the rest of those who may care that we are making plans to move out.
What about Darc and Kulog and Orpheneous.
I was just wondering about that.
They would be expecting us to be here. And we can't communicate across planes anymore.
No, I don't think they could get back here even if they wanted to.
Orpheneous might try to.
He might try.
I guess they're somewhere in Efos. I hope.
I'm not saying we leave immediately. If you all see fit that we should wait, then we'll wait, but...
Well, we could go
I'm
back
sure
and
Luna may
from
not be exactly travel ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
she may want if we can get her back to the palace in Ardengard, although I guess we don't know specifics of the situation there either.
That's true. She would be in good hands in Ardengard.
Then again, from who was it that said it? Somebody said something about the first world was like safer for us.
I don't know if it was us as in all of us, but that was posited. But the question still remains, safer from whom?
Yep.
Some god of gods.
No, I haven't done that. My coin is on the gods who keep drawing us into their little squabble. Could be wrong. Just my thought.
Well, and we also have the not so vividly lines drawn between the demon commanders and which side they're on.
It's not like the gods really have a clear sign there either anymore. Just feels like it's all about every man for himself when it comes to all of them now.
There's only one god I trust anymore.
And which one is that?
Tits and wine.
Well, Zephyr, of course.
Like I said, the
Tits and
god
wine.
of tits and wine.
Right. I somehow had forgotten about that.
Okay. As you finish writing down the last answer, it says, writes out, please wait a moment while we calculate your total score. And then it
Oh no, that's
takes
the
a second.
worst.
And then it gives you back a total that says you managed to answer 14 of the questions correctly, 1 answered wrong, and you managed to successfully answer the bonus question. And then you see like little like prestidigitation confetti kind of pop up out of the book and then like disappear.
You hear like little party horns.
And then it writes out
The one that I missed was the cloud one.
Yep. Had you merged those two together, cumulonimbus, you would have had it.
Yeah. I don't care about the clouds.
No.
How dare
Now that
you.
the exam is over, you can tell them what the questions were if you want.
Okay, I'll just go down the list. You guys ready?
No,
Wait,
wait, what was that?
yeah.
Why did it make the little stuff?
It's
Did you pass?
giving me... I would assume so. I missed one question, but got a bonus question at the end.
Sigurd missed a question.
Yep.
I'm disappointed.
Your guys' turn, and you guys can do this as a group, I suppose. What's 14 times 5?
70, but I don't care about that. You passed. What does it, like, how do we...
It's still writing the results, so while I wait for that. Identify the adverb in this sentence. Sigrun danced beautifully at his recital.
Beautifully.
The figurative language in this sentence is called what? He has bones of steel and a heart of gold.
Metaphor.
Rain and snow are a form of what?
Precipitation.
On which part of a plant does photosynthesis take place?
The leaves.
Leaves.
How many bones on average are in the human body?
Whew.
200 and... Well, it depends.
Is that different from elves?
Normally... But it depends on
Probably.
how bones fuse while a person grows. Isn't it normally around 207?
No, it's over 200.
Is it 206 or 204? That's actually the right
206.
one. Okay.
They do
On
vary.
average.
Some
Yeah.
people have more.
That's why I said on average.
Yep.
What kind of clouds are in the sky during a thunderstorm?
Cumulonimbus.
Yeah, Houston would definitely know that one.
Don't know.
On
As you
nature
say
of
that,
zero.
Avon speaks up and says it's cumulonimbus clouds.
Yeah, you're quite good at making those.
My special.
How many sides are on an octagon?
8.
8.
What is 1/3 of 90?
30.
27 plus 13 equals x plus 30. Define x.
Come again?
27 plus 13 equals x plus 30. Define x.
27 plus
10.
13 is 40. There we go.
What is the mean of 9, 3, 4, and 2?
Mean, not median. I hate math.
Same.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure mean just means the average.
Nine, 3, 4, 2. I believe in you guys.
9, 3, 4, and 2.
9 and 3 is 11, 4 is 15, 2 is 17. I don't know, someone else.
You see Houston over there on his fingers or claws, just doing quick little 4.5.
There we go. That's the one that I had 3 different numbers written down for because I knew exactly what I was doing. For whatever reason, I was just doing the math wrong. I'm like, 18 divided by 2, 9.5. Like, 9.5 was the first thing I wrote down. I'm like, no.
It's not asking for the mean of the sum or the average of the sum.
It's add them all up, divide by 2, or divide by 4 rather.
Yep.
If Sigrun has 2 dogs and Hannah has 3 cats, how many more cats does Hannah have than Sigrun?
3.
This is a really odd exam for the question of how do we remove the negative.
Agreed. Add 1 math symbol to this set of numbers so that it equals 800. 88888.
I I never said the things would make sense.
Right. Well, I'm very glad that you were able to pass this.
We're almost done. There's only 3 more questions. Moving on. If 1 equals 4, 2 equals 16, 3 equals 64, then 4 equals what?
128.
256. The plural of moose is what?
Meese.
Moose.
Also,
I believe that's
Yep.
moose.
We always called them meese. Although, to be fair,
Collective
we don't have
noun.
many meese by the forest that's not there anymore.
All right. It's canon now. The forest the Deer King calls Moose Meese.
My
Woohoo!
actual answer was I really debated saying meese for the meme. Moose. Bonus question. What are peanuts?
legumes.
It finished replying. Please allow up to 5 hours to format the information.
Oh,
Oh, we have 5 hours to kill then.
The fuck you do? You aren't getting that information tonight. I gotta write that shit up.
So we go eat lunch, take our time, take a walk, and 5 hours passes. So
Please allow us up to 10 more. We're sorry for the delay. Unfortunately, there's been an unforeseen problem with your delivery.
API
no.
error. Please try again later.
the book is currently updating.
We'll expedite your.
Free of charge.
If you don't get your information by this deadline, then please contact customer support.
My mom had to do that for an order from Amazon since it got lost in Sioux Falls, South Dakota,
Oh,
and
Oh,
never showed up.
that's a hot
Got-
minute away.
Yeah, got a refund, and then she ordered it again. When it arrived, she's like, I don't know if this is the first or the second one. It was the second one, but yeah. Wanted a phone case, and mail said no.
Oh,
Well, let me check with Luna, see if she'd rather stay here or back in Ardengard. Then we can either go there, drop her off so that she's in a safe place to get better, head to Silver Rock, or she can stay here and we go to Silver Rock.
nice butt. Drive safe.
Nice butt.
Immaculate ass.
The thickest, juiciest cake.
Delectable derriere.
Oh no.
Love it. So as you go to open the door to Luna's room, she is not there. There's only one way into the room, and you didn't see her leave.
Luna? Like he's calling her name because he knows that she can go invisible, or at least she used to be able to. Luna? Are there any, like... Is there a window in the room?
Nope.
Varys comes back out. Luna's not in her room. Did anybody see her come out?
What do you mean
No.
she's not in her room?
I mean, she's not in her room.
We would have seen her come by, though.
Can Luna teleport?
I don't know about teleporting. I
Yes.
know... Oh?
Well, used to be able to. Didn't she, like, Misty Step or something in the fight during the ball?
Yep, she could Misty Step. You don't know if that.
I wouldn't have
something
seen
like
that.
came over.
Yeah.
You guys have seen her Misty Step before, multiple times.
Other than that one, have we?
She misty stepped, I think, in the she's misty stepped a couple times during encounter. She's also misty stepped for the encounter with Hustel when
Yeah,
Zerzasa.
Hustel would have seen that one.
She also misty stepped at some point during the battle at the Sepulchre.
Okay. So there you go. Yes. She at least used to be able to. Short range teleport.
Short range means she couldn't have gone far. Although I don't know how she would have done that out of here. I have this place warded for things like that. That's worrisome.
There is a chance that she went to the bathroom or something.
Varys goes to where the facilities are and sees if the door's open or closed, and
It is open and she's not in there.
not in the bathroom. I go check. Maybe, I don't know.
Did you check the other bathroom? There are two.
I didn't. Somebody go check that. I'll go check the training area. Varys zoops off to the training
Easy to do.
facility.
So you head out, and she is not in the training facility, and whoever goes to check the other bathroom, she's not in there either.
She wasn't in the training facility. Was she?
No.
What the hell could she have gone?
Why would she leave?
More importantly, where would she go? So why would she leave? Who knows?
She tried to find a way back to Kaer Morgan?
Why would she go back there?
I don't know. I mean, just because she seems fine, is she really though? Whatever happened was clearly intense. Whatever drove her to touch the statue after being told not to.
Sigrun, what actually happened the other night?
Yeah, Sigrun, roll me a 2d12. $14 damage. Painful, but not double over painful.
I don't know how to properly describe it.
Yes,
I
because
guess-
we haven't discussed it yet.
Yeah.
Oops. I'm a very prepared DM,
I mean,
you guys. I'm so pro.
that's on me at least as well.
A lot of shit happened. It was very confusing. You're still processing it.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I guess for everyone else's information, a couple days ago, while she was laying there and I was taking a shift while Varys was doing his stuff,
That was unintentional.
had-
I did not mean to be gone for that long. It just kind of happened.
Something happened with her. I don't know exactly what, but I stepped in and I guess the best way to describe it is took the thing she was struggling with and held on to it myself for a bit to give her a break.
And when was this exactly?
About 2 days ago.
So about when this sudden change with you happened, correct?
The headache, yes.
And you didn't think that maybe those two things are related?
Oh, they most certainly are.
Well, then maybe we should have the healer check you out.
She already
did.
did. She said he was fine, but he's clearly not.
To be fair, she said that he's got a migraine and a headache and that some water and medicine will do good.
Yeah, I mean, generally fine.
Yeah.
Lovely.
If it means anything, I can show you at least roughly what was going through her head and mine for a short time. And I will pull out a piece of paper and turn it to show you guys. And it looks, I guess, probably roughly similar to looking at what the book says. Absolute gibberish.
For context, this is essentially what the text looks like.
Oh, that's
when
fun.
I wrote it down, I knew what it said. I can't understand almost any of it now.
That's not unsettling at all.
And
Well,
yeah,
I mean-
I don't show, like, I don't flip them around so you can see them all, but I pull out like 3 other pieces of paper that all have writing on them that at a glance is similar, but after I ended the effect, I wrote down everything I could remember. Just doesn't really help now.
Okay, then. Silver Rock and negative energy plane aside, new immediate concerns. Maya, are there scholars or linguists that might be able to translate what Sigrun has written? And also, if somebody wanted to get out of here without being noticed, how would they do that?
Well, I'll just say that no one leaves this place without my permission, at least not by arcane means. So that means that she would have had to have left this area without us knowing about it, which is not precisely hard to do.
Well, if she's still on this plane, she could still be found.
She could be found whether she's on this plane or not.
Your man's name leaves me. What is his name?
Severin.
Which one?
Oh my god.
The one that's a god.
Okay.
In their own rights, but in
Yeah, I
this
was gonna say-
context, yes, Severin.
The same mouse is a god his own way.
He could find her, right?
Suppose.
Or at least like pinpoint a general area.
Houston, I know it. Severin always wasn't like this, but it feels like maybe we need to stop asking so many favors of gods. Like, if she got out unnoticed to us, she's still roaming around somewhere. We can go and find her.
That's a good point.
I prefer not bothering him. He's tidying up some business we had to tend to.
Alright. Well, I'm sure we could find her.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go outside and see if she's out anywhere. Do you have people here that might be able to translate that?
Are we sure it's wise to have someone else look at it to translate it? First question.
That is a good point. We've got to know what it says, though. And this, I'm saying this not just out of my concern for Luna, but for Sigrun as well, because apparently now, whatever was plaguing Luna, or at least part of it, is in Sigrun and having ill effect.
Could Lily translate it potentially?
Maybe, but honestly, I doubt it.
I know I've never seen writing like that before, so... Our only chance would be somebody that studies written languages.
I will say, even with magic, I tried yesterday to use comprehend language. It didn't help. I don't think it's an actual language.
Well, what would it be then?
You said you did understand it at one point. You just don't remember what it says or how to read it.
Yes.
Either way, we need to figure out a way to know what that says. And I'm going to look for Luna. The longer that I stand around here, the further away she could get.
I'll help you with that. No, I could might be able to pick up some tracks or something. I think the two of us together might be able to find her.
Great.
We have not taken our break yet. I need to use the bathroom, so let's go ahead and take our break.
Right. And also, unfortunately, I do have to go.
Okay.
So
Since instead of doing the break, since you are leaving, it will technically be down 3 players at that point, and it'll just be, myself and
This is why I
everybody
didn't say
else.
anything about break, because I had a feeling we were going to do this.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying we're going to. I'm bringing it up to you guys if you want to do this. We also need to figure out our schedule for next week if
Yep.
we're playing or not.
Yep.
I'm free next week.
No, I'm totally fine cutting it here with Varys and Husel jetting off to go search for Luna.
It is a good stopping point.
I'm good for next week. I might be a little bit late. I might be like an hour late or so, but I am good to play until however long after that.
Okay. 47 Callie.
I'm good.
All right.
My
sweet.
schedule has been the same essentially every single week.
You don't
For
have
the
a
last
schedule.
4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So sounds like we are on for next week. If anything changes, let me know, and I will get that out on the Twitter to let everybody know if we end up canceling for whatever reason. But as it currently sits, we are on for next week on Saturday as well. Go ahead and check it out on our socials. Thank you, Sloth. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. YouTube VODs go up on Tuesdays,
Yep.
I believe. Yes. TikTok, we'll do stuff with TikTok eventually. We'll get there. A lot of shit. People have been busy.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a good stopping point, I think. That also gives me time to finish all of the back stuff that I am late on doing. Write up that Wikipedia entry for you guys, essentially.
I just want to know what the fuck is going on in Sigrun and Luna's heads.
The Secretpedia.
It better have references at the bottom so that I can go to to get more information. A sidebar with an image.
Index and everything. Okay.
Yep.
We'll see. We'll see. You know, I do like to be extra, so we'll see. Yes. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I know it's a shorter session, and I do apologize. But hopefully it was still good. Kind of like a halfway point of where we're still figuring out what we're going to be doing for the next leg of our journey.
We're good. It's good. We're just really bad at wrapping things up.
Yeah.
That's true.
So thank you guys for stopping by, and love you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Love you. See you next week. Bye.